Terence Crawford for IFLTV. They bill this as the once-in-a-lifetime fight. Is this once-in-a-lifetime for Terence Crawford?
I would say yes, you know, given the circumstances, that Canelo's the only, the last of the Mohicans, I would say, you know. So I would say this is a once-in-a-lifetime fight for a fighter of both magnitudes getting to share the ring with each other when, in reality, in the recent years, it wouldn't be possible.
A lot of people have had you as an underdog against Errol Spence. In the aftermath of that win, I asked you in the press conference, Terence, is this your biggest win of your career? You said no. You said Ricky Burns was the biggest win of your career. If it's all said and done on September 13th and you beat Canelo Alvarez, that surely has to be the biggest win of your career, or would you still rank Ricky Burns higher?
Well, I would definitely rank Canelo, you know, the biggest win of my career. You know, Ricky Burns definitely was the biggest fight of my career because that's where it all started, you know. But Errol Spence was definitely a bigger win than Ricky Burns. It was for undisputed. It was for all the marbles, 2 undefeated fighters. You know, I don't want to take away from, you know, how great Errol Spence is, you know, but Ricky Burns the one that started it all. So that's why I rate Ricky Burns' fight so high, because without me becoming a world champion, none of this would be possible.
Terence, Oscar De La Hoya said this week he doesn't like the way that you and Canelo had dinner together and all these things. What do you make of those comments?
Listen, I don't care what nobody else on the outside got to say. You know, I can have dinner with you and then beat your ass, you know, at dinner. You know, so it don't matter, you know, what De La Hoya say or anybody else, you know. I don't care.
Terence, what are the world going to find out about Terence Crawford on September 13th?
Well, they're going to find out how great I am. You know, I'm going in there to be great. I'm going in there to, you know, make history. So, you know, the world going to find out all the questions that they've been asking. All the answers will be answered come fight night.
A lot of people are doubting you, stepping up 2 weight classes. Why is Terence Crawford him? Why are you different?
Because I'm great, like I said. You know, only the greats can do the things that I'm doing. You know, when you look at the history of the sport of boxing, you know, there's only a select few fighters that can move up in weight classes and be successful, and I'm one of them.
How does this end on September 13th? Do you believe that you knock Canelo Alvarez out?
Listen, I don't never predict a knockout. I always predict a victory, and that's what I'm going in there to do, and that's win.
Well, Terence, thank you so much for your time on IFLTV.
When I walked you down, when you supposed to be the bigger man.
Yeah, hey, you say that because you're fighting with nobody, and you obviously look like a great fighter. But you find out September 13th, this is gonna be different for you.
And it's gonna be different for you as well. As well. Question for the last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level.
I fought everybody.
The last fighters you fought since
Everybody.
2002.
Mention me one. You mention me one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
No,
It's gonna be me.
I don't care about
you
anybody else.
And you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stuff a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? You gonna be just like everybody else. Watch. Watch. Same shit that everybody else been saying since I moved to 147. I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stuff a mud hole in their ass, and he gonna be next. Watch.
Question for Canelo Alvarez. You both are making history with this fight, and you've been in that spot before that Terence is right now. You moved up to chase greatness. So how do you compare that spot to the one you're in now, where you're fighting the guy who's moving up to chase greatness?
I've been in his situation before, and I know, you know, it's gonna be a good fight. Believe me, it's gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna bring my best. I know he's a good fighter, but this is just different. You know, you see what happens when a good fighter jump up and his opponent is great fighter. So you're gonna find out.
Well, that means you're a good fighter, and B-Ball is a great fighter, right? Right? Is you a good fighter or a great fighter? Let me know.
I'm a great fighter.
So you got your ass with
You're
a good fighter, right?
You're a good fighter.
I'm saying.
But I'm great.
Okay. Well, every time you stepped up, you lost. Great fighter.
I'm not.
Question for Terence Crawford. You're daring to be great, like they say. So how do you approach not only fighting an opponent as credentialed as Canelo, but also moving up to chase greatness and dare to be great?
Listen, like I always said, I'm a big fan of Canelo. He's a great fighter, but I think I'm better. I think everything that I have inside myself, with the tools that I have, I'm capable of doing anything that I want in the ring. And come September 13th, I will become the first male 3-time undisputed champion of the world. Second.
Who's got the next question? Go ahead.
Pregunta para Canelo. Ya escuchaste la reacción de la gente mexicana aquí adentro. Escúchanos.
¡Viva México, cabrones!
¿Cómo se siente tener el apoyo de una nación entera y de toda la gente mexicana que está aquí?
Canelo, you've heard the support of the crowd. Can you hear him? You hear him screaming. What does it feel like to have an entire nation behind you for this fight?
La verdad es que me siento muy contento, me siento muy agradecido con todos ustedes, porque a lo largo de mi carrera siempre me han apoyado. Me siento muy contento de poder representar a mi país, en otro país, de pintar la bandera mexicana y estar involucrado en este tipo de peleas, en peleas grandes. En el fin de semana de la independencia para mí es un orgullo. Muchas gracias a todos por su apoyo y que viva México, cabrones.
I feel very happy and very grateful for everybody here, for everybody that's been with me throughout my career. An opportunity to paint that weekend in the colors of Mexico in the weekend of the independence of Mexico. Thank you for your support.
Question.